Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Pro AV by Reynolds Bags. And this bag has two materials that you're probably familiar with, two very common materials, two very popular materials on it. We'll start with the slow side here. The slow side, this is that linen material. It's the same slow side that Reynolds has on the Victory. It's the same slow side that Ultra uses on the Psycho X, Widow X. It's the B3 Justice uses it, Pornographic Nympho uses it. It's quite a few companies use this material. I'm gonna call it a 5-speed. I think Reynolds calls it a 5 as well, because 5 is kind of how it plays in normal conditions. But this material it varies. The speed varies based on board conditions. It reacts. I can say the word. It's very reactive to the board conditions. That's probably what I'm looking for here. Boards are sticky or slow. It does slow down more so than what another material would. Boards are fast. It plays a lot faster. So this can play from on damp, sticky boards from humidity. When boards get moisture from humidity, it's unplayable. It plays like a 1 or even a 0. It just hits and does not move. And it'll get up to like a 6 or 7 speed on fast boards. So it really does have a wide range of speeds. Normal conditions, normal boards as I would call them, it's a 5-speed, probably what most of you, but it's going to play that 5 to 6 speed range in typical conditions, I'd say. Fast side, this is the same fast side material you find on the Reynolds Pro Advantage. It's the same fast side as the BG Viking. It's a 7-speed material. It's a fast but controllable material. It's good for pushing, collecting. It also doesn't play that well in humidity, so this is definitely not a bag for humid conditions at all. But for dry boards, normal fast speed boards, it plays wonderfully. And these two materials, you notice this is the slow side is the slow side of the Victory. The fast side is the fast side of the Pro Advantage. That's where the name the Pro AV comes from. Reynolds calls this fast side the Pro Advantage, fast side their Advantage material, and the slow side Victory their Victory material. So it's the Pro Advantage Victory. If that clears anything up, if you're ever wondering, that's what that is. The template on here, this is that standard Reynolds template. It's a medium template bag. It's got their new fill they use for 2024, which is a mixed fill. I love this fill in these bags. I will say that I don't know what fill this Pro AV had in previous years. I can't remember if it had the bead fill. I think it had the bead fill. I remember this bag being had a little more fullness to it in the past. With this new fill, this mixed fill, by taking some of those beads out and putting some flat fill to mix in with it, the bags have a little more flop to them. So this is a really loose, floppy bag. And that's because this slow side material, both really, this slow side material especially is a really thin, pliable material. So the bag has a ton of flop to it. So either it's a medium template, and it's got, I'd say, a medium amount of fill. It's a loose, floppy bag. So if you don't like floppy bags, maybe not the best choice for you. But if you like a floppy bag, I think this is definitely something to look at. And I really love the way the flop gives the bag forgiveness around the hole. It also helps with the kick. So this material, one of the knocks on this linen material is that it does have a kick to it. So if you don't throw a flat bag, you have that tilt to it, it's going to kick on you. But when you put that on a floppy bag, the flop kind of takes away some of that kick. A fuller bag is going to kick more than a floppy one. So by putting a little bit more flop to this bag, you actually take some of that kick away. So the bag isn't as punishing for people who don't throw the flattest of bags. So all in all, I mean, you're still going to get some kick there. Not a lot. It's a controllable kick. But the flop does give this bag a lot of forgiveness around the hole, because you've got that corner that just wants to dip in. And you can see in these videos as I'm missing a little off, a little left or right, the bag is grabbed and spinning around and coming back in. It does a great job of that. It's a very forgiving bag around the hole. And that's another thing, too, where I think this mixed fill comes in play is another knock on this linen material is it does have a tendency to want to hang on the hole. It's not that hole friendly. Bags will go up and stop and set, especially when you have a flat fill in a bag with that material. This mixed fill, the mixed fill gives the bag a little more hole friendliness, because that mixed fill, these beads want to kind of cascade and drip in the hole, and so that what little bit you lose of hole friendliness on the slow side material, you gain back in this mixed fill. So I think it's a really nice pairing of what they did with the flop of the bag and the mixed fill to help kind of counteract the negativities of this linen material, which leads me into playability. So I really start talking about that. And this is a bag, I think, in the right conditions, this is an awesome bag. It's a great bag, but it is a bag that's specific to certain situations, certain conditions. And for me, I love this material when boards are a little faster. You definitely need boards to be dry. Any bit of moisture in the air, and you're going to have a hard time playing the slow side. And even the fast side will slow down quite a bit in moisture as well. Boards are dry. You have dry conditions. You have boards playing normal to fast. This is a great bag for you. And it's also a really good bag for harder throwers, because neither one of these materials are very fast. You're looking about a 5-7 speed bag. And so it has control to it on both sides. So if you like to throw a little harder, maybe you're coming from a carpet bag and you're wanting a bag to step up. It's a little faster. This is a good option for you. Maybe you're throwing a faster bag and you want more of a control bag, so you want to step down a notch. This is a step down from those faster bags. maybe throw the Reynolds Fracture, but you want something that has a little bit more control than that. This is a step down on both sides. There's actually a couple steps on the best side, but step down on both sides from that Fracture. So it really kind of falls in that middle range. So dry conditions, normal to fast speed boards, and harder throwers, you kind of fall in one of those ranges. I think this is a perfect bag for you. And you can play, even if you're not a harder thrower, you can control this linen side. You can play a dirty style game with it to some degree. I don't think this is best for that. In fact, if you're playing a dirty style game, the Typhoon may be a little better, or honestly, the Reynolds Pro Advantage or the Pro X are the best for, I think Reynolds has for those dirty style games. But this material, I don't find this material to be great for that dirty style game. You can throw a blocker here and there, but if you're going to play a lot of blockers, you might look for a different bag. This is more for running the hole. You're running bags in the hole, an occasional blocker here or there, or maybe a bag falls short, becomes a blocker, and you can get away with it. I think it does well that way. The fast side, again, it's not that fast. So if you've got multiple bags up there, it's a little tougher to push through. You got to throw harder. You know, this bag is not going to push through as easily through 2 bags as a 9-speed material would. So if you're a harder thrower, no problem. If you're a normal thrower, you're going to have a hard time pushing multiple bags. But it's definitely fast enough to push through and collect one bag if you got a bag up there. The other reason I say it's not great for dirty style game is if you have a blocker up there, these bags are very floppy, like I mentioned, so they do want to cording up. So collecting, sometimes clipping the edge is tough. The bags want to get around more than go through. You have to be more intentional and come more into, a third of the bag on both sides, clip it, and you can pull it in. Just clipping that corner, you're going to have a hard time taking the bag in, but it does make the bag better for the get around game. So if you're playing against an opponent who throws blockers up there, this bag is floppy enough, it's going to sneak around those blockers more than go through them, leave the blockers there, and you can put your bags in or spin around, get hole control, and now take away their push of their blocker because your bag's set in front of them. So it's a great bag for that style of game. It's a great bag just for going hole for hole. To me, it's, again, I think the perfect situation for me in a bag like this is boards are playing fast or the faster side, and I want to run bags in the hole. I just want to put bags in. I don't want to play a dirty style game. This is when I would pull out a bag that has, especially the slow side material. I think it works great for that. But all in all, it's a solid bag. I really enjoyed throwing the Pro AV. If you're looking for that kind of middle speed bag that's not that fast on the fast side, I think this is a great option. Like a 5.7 speed bag, I think it'll fit. It'll fit in a lot of players' arsenals. It's just you got to know exactly when to pull it out. Because you pull it out at the wrong time, it's not going to play great. You pull it at the right time, it's going to be a phenomenal bag for you. So look to me an availability on this. And Reynolds has a website. It's reynoldsbags.com. Reynolds does a great job keeping bags in stock. The Pro AV is pretty much always in stock, multiple colorways available for them, and they run $60 for a set of bags. I believe it was for the standard set, $60. It's a special designs that they do have some one-off designs or different designs, a little more, but $60 for the standard set like this. Reynolds has a odd shipping. It's like $11.30, $11.20, something like that. So just under $72 shipped to you. Reynolds is phenomenal at getting bags out the door. If you order early in the day, they're shipped out the same day. If you order late at night, they're shipped out the next day. For me, I get them like 2 days, like from when I order them, because I'm not that far away. But Reynolds does a great job at shipping bags and packaging them and get it out too quickly. So $72 shipped to you, a phenomenal price for these. Again, I like throwing them. I had a blast throwing them. If I want to throw a linen style material, this is definitely an option that I would pull out and throw. So if you've thrown the Pro AVs, I'd love to hear your feedback, what you like, what you don't like about them, especially if you throw these 2024 bags. And I didn't mention, these are ACL stamp, ACL Pro stamp for 2024. But if you throw the 2024 bags with a new fill and compare them to the older bags, I'd love to hear your feedback, because it's been a long time since I've thrown a set of Pro AV, so I can't remember exactly how they played before with the bead fill. So I'd love to hear your comparison of the new versus the old. I thank you guys so much for the support, and I thank you for watching.